it's Lety Does American Gods official trailer reaction. So I'm really excited for this show for many reasons. And, the first being that, I read the book in high school and it was amazing. And it's a book by Neil Gaiman, for those of you that don't know. And for those of you that don't know who Neil Gaiman is, that's not acceptable. Go look him up. Just kidding. But yeah, for those of you that haven't read the book before, it is, it's a novel in its own right. It has its own characters and its own plot, but it's literally like the length of The Lord of the Rings, and there's just too much to say. In short, the story is really about the immigration of cultural beliefs. And if you've seen Percy Jackson, it's kind of like that, where the Greek gods are real and they're existing in modern America. But what if every god from every religion was real? Or every god from every belief, rather. So yeah, it's about these ancient gods from ancient cultures and beliefs that are all real, and their characteristics change based on the culture that they're in. So now they all need to adapt to living in modern American culture. But all the story stuff aside, I'm really excited for this because I'm a big horror fan, and one of my favorite shows was Hannibal, which was canceled after season 3, and its director, which is Bryan Fuller, was pulled on to this. So, what I really loved about Hannibal was that it made horror almost artsy. So I'm just really excited that there's going to be Bryan Fuller on every week again. Yeah, that's basically it. I'm just really excited. So let's get started.
What's a god?
Oh, Mr. Wednesday! And Shadow Moon!
Have I told you?
I am your father.
This is my man, Shadow Moon.
Oh, Vulcan! He's a new character.
I'm easing him in.
You've gotten yourself mixed up in some really
Oh,
weird
she's
shit,
so
Shadow.
pretty. I loved her in Sucker Punch.
There was
Oh, Queen of Sheba.
loved as any of us.
And Easter! She looks great. Matt Sweeney, I think?
Already, and we're losing.
The Djinn.
Who's after you?
Mr. World! He looks so cool.
Times they are
Technical boy. I can't see him without laughing. He looks really different from the book. Oh, Zindabog! He likes to beat people up with a hammer. Orlando Jones!
Feels real. It feels like a dream.
Oh, and a buffalo. An actual buffalo. So much blood. Beautiful, beautiful blood. Oh, foreshadowing, foreshadowing. Alright, that ended, and it was almost too much to process, but Technical Boy, man, I can't see him without laughing, because, he's one of the new gods, and he's supposed to represent our obsession with the internet, but the character was written back in 2000, so I imagine him as this fat guy wearing a trench coat and a fedora, because that's what the internet used to be. And now he looks like some young YouTuber guy. And the change is really different. So, still getting used to that change. So, yeah. I think Technical Boy is the only new god we saw. Unless you count Mr. Town and Mr. World. But that spoils a lot of the plot. So, I'm not going to get into that. But who I was really hoping to see was Gillian Anderson. And I know she's famous for X-Files, but I loved her in Hannibal. So, yeah, she's supposed to be playing media, and she's supposed to show our obsession with TV and... Yeah. Hey, dude. But yeah, she's supposed to be our obsession with TV and Hollywood, and in the book, one of the first times we see her is she appears to Shadow as Lucy from I Love Lucy, so I was just really hoping to see that, but she wasn't in this trailer. And some of the more famous older gods we saw are Mr. Wednesday, who is the modern American version of Odin, and that's revealed pretty early on in the book, so that's not a major plot twist. And then we have Vulcan, who is a new character that was made for the show, and pretty much he's supposed to be the modern version of the Roman god of war, and also one of Mr. Wednesday's oldest friends. So when Mr. Wednesday goes to recruit him for the war against the new gods, you know, America has been in a lot of war since the book was written, so he pretty much just rejects the offer, more as he doesn't need Mr. Wednesday, and he's pretty comfortable where he is, so that's just the vibe I'm getting, of course. I mean, he's a new character, and they can take him in a completely different direction, so I'm not sure. And we also got Orlando Jones, who's playing Mr. Nancy, the African trickster god Nancy. And yeah, I loved him in Sleepy Hollow. It was pretty much one of the only things I loved in Sleepy Hollow. But yeah, it's just great to see him on TV again. And we can't forget about the other star in this trailer, Blood! Brian Fuller's blood effects! For those of you that haven't seen Hannibal, you might not know what I'm talking about, but yeah, didn't everything in this trailer look really weird and pretty? Oh, I'm so excited. I will say one thing I am a bit concerned about is, well, I mean, the book is really long, and it's a bit slow paced, and I don't want to say it's an action book, so, I mean, the trailer made it seem like there was a lot of action, and that there was a lot of fighting, but I just kind of worried that people get really turned off when they realize it's slow paced. I mean, I think they're even dividing the book into 3 seasons, but yeah, I guess I'm just gonna have to wait and see. So this show is gonna come out on April 30th, and unless there is a trailer between now and then, that's when you're gonna see my next reaction for this. So yeah, thank you so much for liking and subscribing, and see you on April 30th. Bam, sucker! Bet you didn't see that coming, did ya?